Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this He's the Man Peekaboo card. So there we go, just opens up like that. So for those of us who find it a bit tricky to design mail cards, here's a good one for you, and it only uses a small amount of designer series paper, so you can make lots of these. So I'll show you the supplies that you need. Actually, first I'll show you the suite, because it's one that not everyone might find in the catalogue. So He's the Man. So these are the papers up here, and actually these ones, you get 2 sheets of these, and these are little pop-outs, and I've used quite a few of these, but really cool papers. And then this is the stamp set, so I'm using this one here, Happy Birthday to a Classic. Okay, so now I'll show you the supplies you need. So you need a piece of soft succulent cardstock, and this measures 5.5 by 7 3/4 inches. You need 2 pieces of early espresso cardstock, just for the layers, and these both measure 5.25 inches by 1.5 inches. 2 pieces of designer series paper. These measure 5 inches by 1.25 inches. It doesn't matter if they don't quite follow on. I think, oh yeah, mine does that way. There we go. And for the insert, you need a piece of basic white cardstock. This measures 5.25 inches by 4 inches. And then you need some scraps of soft succulent cardstock and early espresso to do these other bits and pieces here. So I'll show you as we go. Okay, I'm going to bring my scoreboard out, just put those to one side. Okay, ignore the little pegs at the top, that's for another project. So on the long side, on the 7 3/4 side, you're going to score at 1 3/4 inches and at 6 inches. And that's all the scoring you need. Pop that away. So go ahead and fold both of these. Give them a little burnish with a bone folder. Okay, so that's the basis of your card, and this will need to be propped up, this card. It doesn't just stand on its own, but you could add actually like a little stand on the back or something. So with your layers, you're just going to go ahead and attach these. Look, these great papers, I love them. Little border all the way around. You're going to attach these just with some liquid glue. I'm actually managing to film. It is evening, but it's still light outside, so obviously I've got my lights here as well, but for once it's not pitch black when I'm filming. And as always, if you do enjoy watching my projects, please do click on the link below to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also hit the little alarm bell so that you get notified every time I upload a video, and then we don't miss anything. And it really helps me in my business. It doesn't cost you anything, so I really appreciate that. Okay, now we can go ahead and attach these. Let's just see, I did have that little, which way up was it? That way. It doesn't really matter, but you know, since I cut it that way, I might as well set them up in the right order. So again, just liquid glue along here. So have you got holidays planned coming up to that season? I know lots of people are already catching up with things that they missed during lockdown. We haven't got anything really planned here. The girls are going to just, I went a bit close to your share, you know, see friends over summer. We're hoping to maybe get away for a night, but Madison's just literally today finished her GCSEs, so I think she just needs a summer of fun, because she's been working really hard. She's been revising, oh, it seems like for a year. I mean, no exaggeration, it really does. So so yeah, she's been doing really well, so I'm very proud of her, whatever she gets in the end. Okay, so with this center one here, I saw these little stamps, little like, do you remember the old photo albums, and we used to have these little corners to put the photos in? There's one of those on the stamp set, and I thought, you know, I'll just use it. So I'm stamping these in Sahara Sand. Now you need to be careful not to wobble the stamp because it's quite easy to get an extra line round, so just try not to tilt it in the ink pad. Just check I'm all right there. I think, in fact, I'm doing it so lightly I'm not sure I'm getting the whole stamp inked. And then you just go around the 4 corners. Try not to get my head in. That's a little bit wonky, but never mind. It's just quite a nice little extra in here. So just turn it each time you're going to stamp it. So we'll need the Sahara Sand again in a minute, but for now we'll leave that there. And then we're also cutting out in the dies. I wasn't really sure what to do with these, but I knew I wanted something in this space here, and also I just thought it looked quite good on here. So this little detail, get 2 of these dies. I have no idea what they were for really, but anyway, that's what I've used them for. So you're going to cut 2 of these in Early Espresso. While we're cutting things out, this one here I've used to cut these 2 layers, so one in Early Espresso and one in Soft Succulent, and then this one here uses this die, and that's in Basic White. So let's go ahead and do all the die cutting in one go. So I'm just going to cut these and I'll be straight back to you. Okay, here we go. So keep the stamp mat out, the piercing mat. When you stamp quite big images or ones that have a lot of the detail that's going to be stamped like in a block color, it's quite good to have one of these piercing mats. We sell them in the catalog. They're really inexpensive, but they're quite handy because they just give that little bit of give. When you're inking up a big stamp, you see this whole area is going to be inked in Early Espresso, and it just helps to get a cleaner image. So ink up your stamp. I'm just going to make sure it's very well inked, otherwise what I'm saying won't work. And then can't quite see without getting my head over, but I'm going to go for about there. So press quite hard, that's not too bad. And then what I did, I mentioned we were going to use Early Espresso, Sahara Sand again. We're just going to use one of our, what are these called? Daubers, sponge daubers, and just edge this bit just to make it look a bit more kind of aged, because, you know, we're saying happy birthday to a classic, so classics are normally a little bit older. So just go round and run the ink around the edge. And these this particular label's got a little kind of border around here anyway, so it's quite good because it just kind of catches in there. All these little details will add to the finished effect. Okay, there we go. Daubing done, stamping done. Oops, my little dauber doesn't want to stand up. And when you do go to when you cut out this one, you may find that these bits stay in, so you just need to take your pick tool and just pop out all the little bits. I found I needed to run mine through the cutting machine just a couple of times to make sure that it cut through, but that could be because my cutting plates are a bit used this month. So so there you go, that's what you want to end up with, and you'll have 2 of those. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick this base piece in. If you've got one where, you know, you've done slightly better at stamping one end or the other, just choose your favorite way up anyway. So just with glue. Here we go. All right, slide that down a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do with one of these, I've just positioned it so that it shows roughly an equal amount of the 2 kind of diamond shapes, and I'm just going to use those to put glue on the back. So I'm just going to roughly remember where that is, flip it over and just pop some glue on. So I'll leave it just on those diamond bits. Oops, So again, flip it back over, and if you can, just start to fold this over to see where you want it to go before you press that down. And if you don't like these bits, you don't have to add them, you know, they're just optional. Okay, so let's work on our greeting now. So I like using lots of different dies if there are more than one, you know, sorry, if there's several in the set. What I've done, I've offset these two and I've just glued them together like this. So pop some glue on this one, but make sure you don't go right to the edges, especially on this side and the top side. And then you're just going to attach that one. So you can see the little extra kind of groove all the way around here. Oop, moved mine. But it just shows those colours in the papers. And then we're going to attach this on the side here. We don't want it coming out further than the edge of the card really, or not too far. And then this one's going to go over the top with dimensional. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these on. And again, a couple of dots of glue on the back of these bigger diamonds. So basically I'm coming towards the edge of this soft succulent one. So this is just peeping out over the edge. And then I'm going to pop some dimensionals under this one. And when you come to do that, just do them here in the middle. Don't go too high, and certainly don't go too low, because obviously we don't want this one to stick to anything, or this edge. So just around this middle section here. So I'm going to pop 4 on here. Still in. I have to check now and then see I'm still in shot. I'm just going to put my lid on the glue because it's actually a really warm evening again, and it's going to dry up quickly otherwise. So we've actually had our, believe it or not, our kind of autumn winter catalogue, which includes Christmas. And as you know, as kind of designers and teachers, we need to prep and design quite early for these things. So I know for everyone else it's a bit of a stress if you mention Christmas, but actually this is kind of where we start working towards it. And this year I'm planning to do a retreat locally here in Hursley. Instead of doing some individual specials, I thought we would do one in all day. So we'll have a couple of hours in the morning and 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. We'll have a nice lunch thrown in, but there will be an opportunity to buy the whole class at home, to do at home with the videos, and you'll get lots of products included. And we'll be making fancy fold cards. We've been making a stack of cards, some labels, some packaging, maybe some table decorations. So it's going to be a great one. The actual class, so I'm just going to tell you here, I'm just going to put some glue along this top edge here. I don't want too much, just along there. Okay. Yeah, I want to make it really special, and there'll be so much, you'll get so much product. Stick this one on here. Make sure that's stuck down there. Yeah, all the videos, PDFs, so you'll be able to make them at leisure if you can't make the class, and it will be so much fun to do. The date actually is what I was going to tell you for the in-person class will be November the 19th, Saturday, November the 19th. So mark that in your diary, because you want to make sure that you don't miss it. Okay, so where are we up to? Last thing, we've got these cute, where have I put them, little dots, and these are also in the same suite. So these are called rustic metallic adhesive back dots, 2 sizes, and they just are perfect for these projects, mail projects. So I'm just going to take one of the bigger ones. Ooh, helicopter going over, I don't know if you can hear that, and just pop it on there. And then I think, yeah, we're done. So I hope you've enjoyed making that. Take care, see you soon, bye.